What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back with another classic Tekken 8 video. This video here, we are going to talk about Tekken 8's first year. Now, everybody knows that Tekken 8 has had a crazy first year. The first year was so crazy to the point where it was just unforgettable. Tekken 8 was trending, but to some people it was trending for the wrong reasons. But at the same time, Tekken 8 was just trending every week because of what was going on with it. Whether you had glitches going on with the game, community stuff, activity, whatever. Tekken 8 has had a crazy first year. So in this video here, we're just going to basically just kind of like do a little bit of a recap when it comes to Tekken 8's first year. And everybody is looking forward to Tekken 8 Season 2, thinking that things are going to get turned around. I'm one of those people. I am hoping things are going to start to turn around when it comes to Tekken 8 Season 2. But in order for us to move forward, we got to reflect back on the past on what happened when it comes to Tekken 8. Because to be quite honest with you, that's how we're going to make the game better when it comes to the future. And me personally, I think it's going to be a lot more crazy things that's going to happen when it comes to Tekken 8's future. So we can kind of keep this as kind of like a diary kind of thing or a journal. Y'all feel what I'm saying? And as I said, Tekken 8 just had a crazy first year to the point where a lot of people, even though we were having fun with the game, there was just still a lot of issues going on with the game, and it has been well documented. And the reason that I find this so interesting is because this is really the first time we have ever seen this type of stuff happen when it comes to a Tekken game. Normally when it comes to a Tekken game would just get its high praise, and then that'd be it, and then it just gradually grow as the years go along. But with Tekken 8, it wasn't like that. Tekken 8 had to go through hoops, hurdles, trials, and tribulations, and still right now, Tekken 8 is still going through the notion right now. But me and myself and a few other people, we still think Tekken 8 is going to get turned around slowly but surely. But this first year was completely unforgettable when it comes to Tekken 8. So I guess you could say this type of video here is just to let people up on speed when it comes to Tekken 8 and what's been going on, so we can look to the future, and then hopefully things will get turned around. And then 3 or 4 years down the road, we can look back at this, have a laugh, or do something like that. Y'all feel what I'm saying? But before we get into it, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for the hottest Tekken 8 action on the internet, period. We are going to get into the recap of Tekken 8's first year right now. Let's go. So when it comes to the first year of Tekken 8, as I stated earlier, it has been one hell of a rocket ride when it comes to Tekken 8. But the crazy part about it is, it actually started before Tekken 8's release. And that's one of the reasons why I'm also doing this discussion now, a couple of months before Tekken 8 actually turns 1 year old. Is because it actually started at least a half a year before Tekken 8 was even released. And y'all already know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when the base roster got leaked. And here's the thing about it. Before the base roster got leaked, like Tekken 8 was kind of like in cruise control. You know, they were bringing out trailers. You know, people were being all cool. You know, people were waiting for their characters to come out, waiting for new gameplay information. It was a very, very subtle atmosphere when it came to Tekken 8. Y'all feel what I'm saying? People were excited. People were anticipating. People were hyped up, but it was very quiet. Everybody was calm and in control. But then when that base roster got leaked, that is when all hell broke loose in the Tekken community and in the FGC, because when that base roster got leaked, it's almost like the earth literally turned fucking red. Like the skies literally turned red when that base roster got leaked. And the thing about it is, you know, a lot of people were like, yeah, it's real. A lot of people saying that it was fake. I was one of those people that was like, you know what? Whether it be real or fake, let's just wait until Harada and Bandai Namco come out and say something about it, and then we can judge from there. Or until we see these characters actually in gameplay, let's not judge until we see something like that. And with everything that was going on at the time, people going crazy over the leaked base roster, I had to make a video on it. I was very frustrated that this happened, because before it happened, Tekken 8 was, like I said, everything was cool and in cruise control. And when I seen this base roster, and I did not see Eddie Gordo on that base roster, a part of me got extremely upset. But at the same time, I remained cool about it, because I'm like, okay, you know what? It's a leak. It looked fake. It looked Photoshop. You know, I'm up here trying to make up all type of excuses for this thing not to be real or for it to be exaggerated. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Expressing my frustrations what was going on with Tekken 8 in the base roster. And you know, I ranted a couple of more times after that. Is because things just got even more crazy. More leaks came out. Then you had the data mine leaks coming out. So it was making people like me very upset at the time because these leaks were coming left and right, to the point where now we were starting to see the fake ass leaks. Like, still, at that time, we didn't know which leaks were real or fake. Y'all feel what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, Harada actually came out and said that the leaks were fake. He said that he was aware of what's being shown out there, and he told us that wherever we're seeing, it has either been changed or deleted. So I reported that like a lot of other YouTubers did, and some people were like, nah, they didn't buy it. I was one of those people. I'm like, hey, it came from the horse's mouth, so we shouldn't believe this unless, you know, he on some lying shit. And apparently Harada was lying through his teeth. The leaked base roster ended up being real, and a lot of people were very upset when it came to Tekken 8 and the base roster. The main reason why people were upset about it is because a lot of people did not have their main characters in the game, and the character selection in general. You know what I'm saying? Characters like Shaheen being in the base roster, and Bandai Namco looks really stupid right now because Shaheen is still in the bottom half. He is still in the bottom crack half when it comes to player usage. You feel what I'm saying? Shaheen ain't going nowhere. He's going to be in the bottom half of the player usage until Tekken 9. So bad decision on Bandai Namco's part for putting Shaheen in the base roster. Then you got a little bitch ass character like Leo, who nobody gives a fuck about. Anybody could have had Leo's spot. Oh, and then Devil Jin comes back. Like, what the fuck? Devil Jin is completely non-canon in the fucking Tekken 8 story. Why the fuck is he back? You feel what I'm saying? I don't care about that whole Jin Kazama facing his fucking inner demons. Get that crap out of here. Get that old anime crap out of here. So this is the reason why people were upset with the base roster, because of the character selection. And a lot of these characters being in the base roster were complete head scratchers from the start. When I saw that base roster and I'm seeing these characters, I'm just like, what the fuck? Devil Jin back? What the hell? Shaheen? I just couldn't believe it. But over the next few months, trailers were coming out. It got down to the last couple of characters, and I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, this base roster is real. Harada lied. And now it was getting to the point where things were getting kind of scary depending on who you was, because your main character was not going to be in the game. Of course, when it came to Eddie Gordo, I was preaching to people. I was just like, you know what? If Eddie's not going to be in the base roster, he has to be one of the first or two people in the DLC, and he was. Even though Eddie should have never been DLC, he should have been on the base roster in the first place. I continue to keep that hope alive for Eddie to come back. Eddie did, and to be quite honest with you, when Eddie was announced, that really gave Tekken 8 a shot in the arm, despite what people may think or feel, because at that time, there wasn't a lot going on when it comes to Tekken 8. It really wasn't. It was just very in between, you feel what I'm saying? It was just very silent. But you know what? All of that was about to change, you know what I'm saying? Eddie Gordo getting announced as the first character for DLC. Then we get into the next phase of Tekken 8. Tekken 8 gets released. Everything is cool for the first few months, but then all of a sudden people go online, and then we just see all kinds of cheating. You know, we see all kinds of plugging. We see all kinds of other type of cheating going on. So that right there pretty much dominated the headwaves when it comes to Tekken 8. Not only that, Tekken 8 had tremendous balance issues. Characters were extremely broken, extremely overpowered. The heat system was overwhelming, and I'm telling you, the heat system was the biggest controversy pretty much of all. Even to this day, the heat system is probably one of the biggest controversies when it came to Tekken 8. But after the first 3, 4, or 5 months of Tekken 8, the heat system was the name of the pain for the Tekken community when it came to Tekken 8. And it's a very frustrating system, and people were letting Bandai Namco know about it. Left and right, they did not stop. They let Harada know about it. They let Michael Murray know about it. And people wanted this heat system to be balanced and changed and fixed. It got so crazy in Tekken 8 to the point where the frustration was starting to reach the pro scene. Knee was getting frustrated, Arsenal and Ash was getting frustrated. Guys like Spaghetti Rip, Speed Kicks, everybody was voicing their frustration when it came to Tekken 8. Then on top of that, the offline tournaments were even in disarray. JDCR gets cheated. All other kind of stuff going on. A Chinese player gets banned for no apparent reason. Everything was just piling up when it came to Tekken 8 to the point where the community was going to a frenzy. Then once again, it got to the point where people started complaining about the characters. The biggest character that people were complaining about was Dragunov. People were tired of seeing him in tournaments. People were tired of seeing him online. People were tired of seeing him at locals just mashing or whatever. People were sick and tired of Dragunov to the point where the community went to Harada's head and demanded that this character be nerfed. The nerf campaign has begun with Dragunov and it is continuing, and rightfully so. But like I said in previous videos, it really doesn't matter how many times they nerf a character. Dragunov is what he is. And the thing about it is Dragunov is going to continue to be this way until somebody actually takes the time to fucking utilize him correctly. So until that time happens, Dragunov is still going to be the same character that everybody is going to cherry pick and use the same moves with, because people are lazy, they're scrubs, they're not true Tekken players, and that's just how it is when it comes to a character like Dragunov. Other characters were being complained about as well. Characters like Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu is still getting complained about to this day. I don't know why, but I'm not going to speak on that because it kind of seems like every other Tekken video that I do, Yoshimitsu ends up being top of the discussion, so I'm not going to speak on that. That brings us to one of the biggest controversies when it comes to Tekken 8, and that was Tekken 8 Online. Tekken 8 Online was an absolute mess. I'll be the first to admit. Tekken 8 Ranked Match was absolutely a mess. Tekken 8 Quick Match was absolutely a mess. The whole Ghost Battle mode, nobody really cared about that. Fight Lounge was not really on anybody's radar. There was just nothing going on when it came to Tekken 8 Online. And once again, the community went at Harada and the Tekken team demanded changes. The Tekken team did come out with a couple of updates, but we have to be our own judges when it comes to those updates, because to be quite honest with you, a lot of those updates, I still haven't seen them, and it doesn't look like they've done anything. But like I said, they may have, they may not. We have to be our own judges when it comes to that. But Tekken 8 Online was a complete hot freaking mess. It was so messy to the point where people were threatening to uninstall the game. Some people did uninstall the game. The player base started leaving, and it was just complete mayhem when it came to Tekken 8 Online. And after all of that controversy that Tekken 8 was going through, the community just could not help themselves and decided to do what everyone had practically feared, or do what I had practically feared, and that is to put Tekken 8 up against other Tekken games, primarily Tekken 7. So for a while there, it was Tekken 8 versus Tekken 7, and I thought this was completely ridiculous. It was completely unfair. Tekken 7 already had its tenure. Tekken 7 is one of the greatest fighting games of all time. It was so unfair for people to put Tekken 8 up against Tekken 7. Putting Tekken 8 up against Tekken 7 was not going to make Tekken 8 better. If anything, it showed us how good Tekken 8 can possibly be if it gets fixed. And we needed to work on how to bring that out. We needed to work on how pushing the development team into bringing that out, make Harada and that development team get off their arrogant asses and work on the game. That's what we needed to do as a community. Now, it does seem like we're doing that. It does seem like a lot of things have been going in the right direction when it comes to Tekken 8. Slowly but surely, there's still some things that needs to get worked on. But when it came to that whole Tekken 7 versus Tekken 8, I made a video voicing my opinions on it, and I did not like the activity or the discussion that was going on in the community when it came to those two games. It was really unfair, and it should not have gotten to that point. But I'm really glad that that shit died down, because it was totally unfair to Tekken 8 being compared to one of the greatest fighting games of all time. I myself have been the person to really try to hold things together when it comes to Tekken 8. I've made various topics on how to play Tekken 8 and enjoy Tekken 8 by avoiding the issues that the game has. I've made numerous discussions on that, and I still think people can still have fun with Tekken 8 despite the fact that the issues that the game has going on. And as I said earlier, it does look like things are headed in the right direction when it comes to Tekken 8. That may change. change. It may be some bumps in the road, you feel what I'm saying? But it is a bright spot when it comes to Tekken 8. Tekken 8 has been nominated for a couple of awards. Hopefully it wins. And the player base is coming back a little bit. Not as good as it was a couple of months ago, but we are seeing a little bit of change when it comes to the player base. The player base is coming back just a little bit. I'm not going to say a lot, but more people are starting to come back to Tekken 8 just a little bit. Hopefully that rises, as the months go on and as we get into season 2. But when it comes to Tekken 8 currently, I understand the season isn't over yet. The year is not over yet. There's still another season 1 DLC to be revealed. Hopefully that character will be revealed sometime in the near future. I feel like it could be December the 7th, but it could be at a future date. So it's still not over yet. There's still some things that can happen when it comes to the end of season 1 and this first year. And I know everyone else is looking forward to what's going to happen at the end of the season and the beginning of season 2. And like I said, hopefully Tekken 8 will climb after this. We can only hope and we can only work for it to happen. And we just all got to keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully that Bandai Namco and the Tekken team will come through on their millions of promises and getting the game fixed and making it better. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about Tekken 8's first year. What do y'all think about Tekken 8's first year so far? What are y'all memories when it comes to Tekken 8 first year? Controversies, bright spots, highlights? Put it all in the comment section if y'all want to. We can get a conversation started. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for the hottest Tekken 8 action on the internet, period. As I keep on saying, ain't nobody doing it like I'm doing it when it comes to this Tekken shit, and that is facts. My name is Demetrius. I will get back at you in the next video. God bless. Stay safe. I am out. Peace.